This is Reno C live from the UnderG. We're at Rounding Third, the very first comedy show since COVID. We got Jack Butts in the building. We're gonna talk to James, Gerry, Andy, Matt, Burger. I mean, we're gonna talk to everybody that made this happen. It's going down. This is Reno C live from the UnderG. Out of respect to a legend. Listen, I let him get on the stage first, and I came up to interview him. He's one of the alums, and he's been here a long time. We were hoping the sensei would have been here. Shout out to Jim. Or Munchie. Munchie's he's the drunken master. That's what we call Munchie. Jim's the sensei. We call Munchie the drunken master. But we're gonna talk.
I'm definitely calling him Munchie from now on.
Correct. We're gonna enter the dragon right now.
How's everybody?
Yeah, great.
Bartending is hard. Make sure you tip your bartender. We know it's hard. These are people who make lots and lots of drinks and then give them to other people. I don't understand. It's not part of my modus operandi, but I know it's hard. Tip your bartenders. This is the first show after the Rona, right? I mean, let's pretend it's the first fucking show after the Rona, because I'm going to tell this joke more than one time. But it's the first show, so it's going to be painful. It's going to be a little isolating. And at least 97% of you are going to survive. You got that going for you. Relationships. It's been a while since I've been in a relationship, but I do remember the ball gags, whips, chains, the trunk. Yeah, therapy's going well. Just saying, it's all good. You ever notice that when you donate one kidney, you're a hero? When you donate 5, you're a mass murderer? I think you should be a hero still, but I suppose it depends. Doesn't matter. My wife woke me up one morning. She was downstairs, and all I heard was hammering. I wake up and fiddle around in the kitchen making some coffee. She comes up, she was wearing her painting clothes. And I'm like, you do realize that you're supposed to paint with a brush, right? Like, not a hammer? Don't get me wrong, I'm a big fan of beating on shit till it changes color, but it usually doesn't work that well with the wall. So my marriage is also going well. Speaking of the Rona, I finally had to wear pants again. A little pissed off about it, but happy to say my jeans fit. Because I bought new jeans. It's good, right? Spent a little bit too much time in my own head during these past 18 months, and I learned some stuff. Like it's not safe inside my head. That went better on Zoom. Never mind. I was led to believe there was going to be sex parties after the Rona. Like everybody's going to want to get out and get together and do some heavy-duty boning, right? I mean, I'm not going to get invited. I know that. I mean, right? But I'd like to get a +1 or something, or I could be the cameraman and I'll put that shit on TikTok for you, or your OnlyFans page, whatever you got. Doesn't matter. I just want to be part of the action. You know, come one, come all. They've changed 69 to 96 after the pandemic because eating out has gotten more expensive. I spent a lot of time on YouTube watching shit going down rabbit holes, and read a lot of strange articles. One was about some monkeys in Japan that apparently enjoy having sex with deer, and apparently the deer don't mind. So maybe that's how we get donkeys, or maybe that's just how the deer get AIDS. I don't know. I don't know. It's not my fucking problem. I also read that heterosexual males, men, behave differently around women with erect nipples. They needed to study for that? Duh. Right? I also learned that people who are funny, particularly men who are funny, get laid more. So I really hope I'm funny. I read another article. There's a study done that said beautiful males of the primate species, including humans, beautiful men have smaller testicles. So I guess I'm really glad to be ugly, and I hope I'm funny. Objects in the mirror may be smaller than they appear if your ego's too big. Guys. Carlos, looking at you. What else do I got? Motivating teens. I spent 15 months in a house with a teenage daughter. It's not safe in my house or in my head. But I decided to teach her some stuff about real life since I had a captive audience, and I paid her a wage to do some chores, some dishes and whatnot. And then I robbed her on the way to the bathroom because you need to learn shit. Call taxes if you want. James probably would. I would make a joke about taking my daughter out to practice for driving, but that shit's not funny. No. Oh, my last thought for the day. You've all heard of Karen. I would like to speak to the manager, Karen. What if the manager's name is Karen? Now you've got a Karen and an anti-Karen. If they get too close, do they spontaneously annihilate like particles in physics? What happens here? Is it an observable thing? Is there an anti-Karen and a Karen and you don't know which it is? Is it like Schrodinger's Karen? That they collapse into reality when you observe the event? Where in Florida is this happening is what I want to know, because everybody fucking knows that Florida's fucked up enough for this to happen. So what the hell is wrong with Florida? And I hope you don't own a condo there. That's what I got. Thank you for your time.
Hey, welcome to the UnderG.
How you doing?
Man, doing great.
Good. Me
Man,
too.
tell them how long you've been doing comedy.
Well, probably since I was about 10.
Nice. 10 years old. That's when I started. Nah.
We were both assholes, right? Class clown?
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
That's about how it works.
Correct. Nah. So if you've been doing it since you were 10 years old. That's
I've been doing this for 6 years
6 years.
ish,
6 years.
minus the Rona, when we just had a couple of online comedy things that really
Aren't the same.
weren't funny.
Oh.
But we tried.
You tried.
We tried.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Nothing beats a failure but a try.
Right.
Is what you tell your kids.
We tell our kids lots of shit.
I know.
None of it works.
None of it works. So, FYI, don't read instructions and lie to your kids.
Yep. They're not going to believe you anyway.
They're not listening. Right?
Right.
That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. So, let me ask you another thing. Do you got any social media?
I do have some
Okay.
social media, yeah.
All right, just tell me about your weird fetishes.
My weird fetishes. Well, there's ball gags and trunks.
Hashtag ball gag.
Hashtag ball gags and trunks, yep.
Hashtag
Some fuzzy pink handcuffs. Those are always kind of nice.
reaching around and tickle.
Sometimes I even put them on her.
Nice.
Don't knock it till you try it, is what my mom
All
always
right,
says.
so show us how she would do it.
Oh, no, I can't do that.
What?
I'm wearing clothes.
Take your clothes off.
Nobody wants to see that. They want to talk about a raw chicken.
Oh! Raw chicken.
I'm Irish and German. I have two colors, white and red.
Nice. Hashtag raw chicken.
It's not good. It's not good.
E. coli.
I look best
Raw
in the
chicken.
dark.
You glow.
Well, sometimes.
He glows in the
Only when I'm
dark.
pregnant.
Speaking of pregnancy,
I'm not using the glory hole.
I'm not using the glory hole.
No.
Well, you were
I didn't know what it was. I stuck my finger in there and some weird.
Oh.
I don't want to talk about it. I'm traumatized.
Nice. He's traumatized. Raw chicken in the glory hole. Nice.
Nice.
So, how often do you guys have this, and what can the people expect when they come here?
Oh, do you want the truth?
No, lie to me.
Oh, we're gonna lie to you. All right. We do this every Thursday night. Jim says it starts at 7:30, but we usually start about 8:10. So that's how that works.
Okay.
And Show runs a couple hours usually.
Okay.
Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, but that's all good. We try.
Okay.
And summertime, we still do it, but it's a little. People want to be outside in the summertime,
Okay,
so
okay.
usually you don't get large audiences.
Okay. So
But
fall is the time.
fall and winter are usually pretty good. Yeah.
Okay.
And when Jim finishes one of his classes, there's a big show,
Nice.
and those are always usually pretty good. I gotta say.
Yes, those are pretty dope.
Yeah.
I'm actually alumni from one of those.
Yeah, we
Shout
both
out to
are.
Jack Butts. All right. So, you don't have no social media.
I do.
Okay.
do have-
Tell everybody where they can follow you and reach you and stalk you and all the other weird things you do.
Well, I'll be sitting next to Andy in his driveway drinking beers.
Shout out to Andy.
Shout out to Andy with the cats.
Nice.
I do have a Twitter.
Tell them what it is. Drop it out for the
Drop it out. Well, that's awesome, but I don't think I remember it.
Nice. Hashtag shout out to old dads. Don't know
Old dads,
nothing.
yeah. I twit sometimes, but
I
you know,
tweet sometimes.
my OnlyFans is
My only fan.
sexy handcuffs
Yes. I do it
at
sometimes.
fuckmedaddy.com.
That's it. Shout out to Daddy Issue Nation.
Hey, daddy issues are the best.
Daddy Issue Nation.
yeah.
That's what they call me. That's what this beard is called. Daddy Issue Nation on my
That
face.
scans. That
Yeah,
scans.
Daddy Issue Nation on my face. That's what they call it. So, tell us how to twitch you.
I think it's.
Can we snap your chat?
You can you can stand my chat, but I'm still not using the glory hole.
Okay.
Yeah,
We
hard-
can snap
hard
his
no.
chat. We can twit him, but he will not use the glory hole. So we are in search of
Yeah.
one of these people to use the glory hole. I came back to my old alum to see if they would use the glory hole.
I would need a fluffer, but nobody here is qualified.
Oh, shout out to all the fluffers. Hey, tell them where you're at. Live on the UnderG with Reno C. Say it loud.
We're live on the UnderG with Reno C.
Booyah! All right, I'm sweating, I'm melting. We're on to the next one. This dude's gonna type. So, the host of the show was Gerry. Let's have a seat. Let's talk to you.
I don't call myself an expert on women, but tomorrow is my 30th wedding anniversary.
Awesome.
Thank you very much. Let me check the math on that. 15 years with the first wedding, decided to talk to this one. Yeah, 30. It's
Nice.
30. 30. I just want to make sure. I just told you I don't call myself an expert on women, right? Yeah, I never thought I was going to get married again after 2 failures. In fact, my marriage counselor diagnosed me with PTSD. Probably try something different. So I did for a little while. I went online and did that Match.com thing. And I gotta say, for people that are a little older like myself, they shouldn't call it Match.com. It sets the expectations way too high. They should bring it down a little bit. Maybe call it something like Awkward Meetings with People Who Have Baggage.com. Or maybe down here where it was for me, there's a reason why these people are still available.com. That's what it should be. My first Match.com date was with a figure skating instructor, and as it turned out, she was a little older than the picture she posted. So right away, she was on thin ice. But even so, I would say on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd give her an overall 7, figure 8. The early part of her performance, which was just drinks, was flawless. It really was. But then during dinner, she was talking with food in her mouth, rude to the waitress, one deduction after another. By the time the check came, I knew she wasn't going to make it up onto the podium. Yeah, that's my name, from podium. Right, like I'm the only guy in this whole place that doesn't have a name for his little friend, right? Yeah. Okay. My next Match.com date was with a woman that was only looking for a guy with a huge, bank account. No, a huge bank account. Remember when I said I lost half of everything? Twice? Yeah, there was no second. And I had a date with a woman I matched that during the meal told me that when a guy buys her dinner, she puts out. I thought, I can't have a relationship with someone who has morals like that. So I took her out to dinner 3 more times, and that was it. Okay, it was actually maybe more like 10 times. But a guy gets, sometimes it's. Anyway, she liked eating at Chili's, so that's mostly where we went. And after a few times, they said, "Hey, would you like to join our dining rewards program?" And I said, "No, thanks. I have one already." So, and there was a woman on Match that was considerably older than I was that kept asking me out, and I told a buddy about her, and he said, "Ooh, you've got a cougar after you." And I thought, now who came up with that? If you're going to give a cat name to a woman that goes after younger guys, shouldn't it be Mountain Lion? I mean, she's mounting younger guys and lying to her friends about it. Anyway, all those bad Match.com dates were the reason I thought, I'm going to reconsider marriage. I mean, I thought, if I find a good one who actually likes me, probably not a bad idea to make sure she has to go to court today. Yeah, I have a buddy that's trying to find his soulmate on a dating site called plentyoffish.com. And we had a beer this week, and he was all bummed out. I'm not having any luck on Plenty of Fish. I always try to be supportive, so I said, dude, maybe your bull's too short. That's something you thought that was funny, because he didn't think it was funny at all. I started to think my joke was, well, I was a little too real. So, actually, I met my current wife in a bowling league, and she's a few years older than I am, so I'm still trying to figure out if she's a mountain lion or an alley cat. Anyway, so, ever since I was a kid, I've had this, obsession, I guess I'd call it, with smushing things together. Started out with these different colors of Play-Doh, and I would smush them together to see what we'd get. And then I got a little older, and I would make a peanut butter sandwich, and I would smush the bread slices together to see what happened. And now that I'm older, I've got this thing where I look at two people, and I wonder, what would we get if we smushed them together into one person? Like, what if we took and smushed together attorney David Gruber and Tour de France champion Lance Armstrong? I think we'd have an old toothy guy on a bicycle chasing ambulances around town, killing one ball, that's all. See, Andy, Lance lost one of his testicles. Cancer, so I know it's sad, isn't it? Or what if we smushed together Wolverine star Hugh Jackman and Caitlyn Jenner? I think we'd have an attractive, athletic person known for being an X-Man. So yeah, James was talking about certain difficulties when you reach a certain age. I'm actually going to be 58 this summer, so I know exactly what he's talking about. In fact, I found out that I need a little help in the bedroom. It's not just where James is at, where it's a little problem. I needed some help, so I got Viagra, and I got to tell you, wow, what a difference. That stuff is a religious experience. In fact, I call them Messiah pills, because when I take one, I have faith in the second coming. I tell you, if they would have had Viagra back in biblical times, it would have been completely different. I'm telling you, if they would have had Viagra in the Garden of Eden, let's just say, Eve wouldn't have paid any attention at all to the two-eyed snake. Just saying. Okay, some of you seem a little uncomfortable with this. Okay, so I should probably just move on. But just think of the new meaning for up and Adam. Okay. Do you think it would be the book of Blowjo? No, I'm just going to... All right, do you mind if I smush somebody else, a couple other people together? I was thinking, I think Madonna, the musical artist Madonna, is pretty hot, and I think Jennifer Garner is super hot. I just think if you smush them together into one person, she wouldn't get a lot of second dates. I mean, who wants to go out with Material Girl that keeps asking you, what's in your wallet? He was talking about Donald Trump a little bit, and I got to tell you, I think I'm a lot like Donald Trump in many ways. I mean, we're both on our third wife. He's rich. I have a friend named Rich. And when he announced that he was going to build a wall on our southern border to keep out the undesirables, I was like, yeah, I'm all for that. Let's do that, man. Then I found out he was talking about the Mexican border, and I was like, what? I thought he was talking about the Wisconsin border. We were finally going to keep out the fibs. So disappointing. Anyway, I'd smush somebody else, a couple other people together, if you don't mind. I was thinking, what if we smushed together quarterback Brett Favre and Jeffrey Epstein? I think we'd have a guy who has a private jet, some pictures of his privates as a jet, and has made a lot of passes to try to score a touchdown there. I saw the looks on your Packer fan faces, and I almost stopped telling that one, but I didn't want to leave you hanging. Too soon on that one?
How long have you been doing comedy?
About 4 years.
About 4 years. Why don't you tell the people at home who you are?
I'm Gerry Grotus. I got my comedy start here right at Rounding Third, and took the classes that they offer, and been doing it ever since. Can't stand that we were away for so long during COVID, but it's so fun to be back, man.
Nice,
It
nice,
really
nice.
is.
What's your motivation behind comedy?
Well, I used to be a songwriter, and I just find that comedy is easier to write because you don't have to put music to anything. So I like that. Yeah.
Nice, nice. You heard it. It's easier to actually write jokes than to write songs. So nah, Jack Butts, nah. Just, it's my evil twin.
Nice.
He thinks because he does comedy and he's always a comedic edge, he wants to always start these things. But this is Reno C, live on the UnderG. Now, how can we get in contact with you? Why don't you tell us how we can follow you on social media or anything that we can see and inspect?
Well, I have a website, but I took it down during COVID just because,
Okay.
no shows or anything. It'll be up again soon, but it's Gerry Grotus Comedian.
Say it right there. Say it loud.
GerryGrotusComedian.com, and it'll be back up very soon.
Okay. Hey, can I just say this for the record? You're sexy. You're really sexy. I just want to say that. You're kind of sexy.
Well, that must mean I have small testicles, according to what they said.
That's nice. Well, hey, I wouldn't even want to use his own comedy against him. Well, it's good to have you, Gerry.
Nice to talk to you too, man. Thanks.
So look at this camera and say it loud and proud. Say I'm live on the UnderG with Reno C.
Live on the UnderG with Reno C. Proud of it.
Booyah, there we go. That's the first moment of the power. Hey, this is Reno C from the UnderG. This next comic, he killed it. Y'all gonna see some of his clips. He's amazing. His name is Andy!
It's great to be up here with a remote control again after all this time. It's been a long time. As you can tell, I lost some weight since the last time you saw me. It's been a rough year for everybody. Did everyone get COVID? I got COVID. Who got COVID? Anyone? Okay, yep, COVID, yeah. That was real mild for me. The only thing I really noticed was I lost the sense of taste, which I said for about 5 days I couldn't taste anything. So I thought, it'd be fun when I'm at home in my 10 days of quarantine. I'm ordering Grubhub every day. I thought, I'm going to get this spicy ghost pepper chicken sandwich. I'm not going to taste it. What's the harm, And then after about a second or two after I ingested the sandwich, I realized my mouth might not be subject to the power of a ghost pepper, but the rest of my digestive system is going to be. So a couple hours later, obviously when everything passed through and came out the other end, I realized why they call it the ghost pepper, and that's because they can't call it the ghost fucker. But my ass burned so bad it was like I got raped by a ghost. It was absolutely awful. So another thing with COVID over the last year, they were saying relationships were taking a toll. A lot of divorce rates, a lot of spousal abuse and things like that. I myself was subject to a relationship that ended unfortunately too. And I know some of you have asked this before. Anyone here, has anyone ever had a relationship with a blow-up doll? Anyone? Am I the only one still? Come on now. I'm still okay. Well, anyway. She was beautiful. I got back in December. I met her. There was a big Amazon deal going on. She was gorgeous right out of the box. Brown, realistic hair, realistic tits and ass. She was amazing. We had a great time. The relationship was nice. We enjoyed all the same Netflix shows.
Nice.
And then May comes along. We're like, hey, honey, let's go get our vaccination shot. And I thought, well, let's get the Johnson & Johnson because that's just one and done. You're done with it. So we go get the shot. Mine was fine. I got the shot. I felt fine. But I knew something was wrong because after she got her shot, on the ride home in the car, I heard this high-pitched kind of hissing sound. And she really started to look like she was coming a little bit undone. And as you can imagine, by the time we got home, the relationship was over. I rolled her up and everything for that. I didn't have any glue or any other patch kits available at that time. So COVID took another relationship down the tubes. During the time, people were finding stuff to do. A lot of downtime. I myself was, actually Muncie's not here, but I don't know if you saw Muncie. Muncie had a great idea. He was at the end of the freeway off-ramp here on 60th for quite a while. I don't know if you saw Muncie over there. But I decided I was going to raise tropical fish. I thought, well, this would be kind of fun. I always wanted to do this, maybe make some extra money. And one thing I found that was really fascinating was there was a certain kind of a fish And the way the fish breeds, it's called a mouth brooder. And the female lays her eggs on the rock, and the male comes along, tries to fertilize them. Well, she protects the eggs in the fry by putting them in her mouth. So she's gobbling up all the eggs. He can barely fertilize the eggs. So over evolution, this fish has adapted where the male, on his lower fin, right by his penis, he's got these little yellow dots. They're called false eggs. So the whole point of this is she's going around gobbling everything up that looks like an egg. She goes for that fake little yellow dot on his fin, and guess what? The female gets a mouthful of sperm. So I start thinking, oh, wait a second. How can I relate this in human terms, you know? What kind of tattoos can I put down here, you know, that might better my chances of a female, you know, putting her face down there? So I conducted an experiment. I got a tattoo of some pickles and some ice cream, and I went down to the local Amaz class, and I went in, I strapped my pants, and well, it didn't really go as planned. So that was my COVID jail story. But that's what I've been doing, that's where I've been going, so good to see everybody. Thanks for coming out.
Hey, here's Andy. He
How's
lost
it
a lot of
going?
weight.
Yeah, thanks to the COVID.
Thanks to the COVID. Andy, how long have you been doing comedy?
I've been doing it for about 4 years now. I took the comedy college class up here, and ever since then I've been just out of my basement telling jokes to people.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice,
Yeah.
nice. Here, right here live on UnderG, we recommend you come out of your basement and tell jokes.
Because your only audience is your cat, usually in your basement. Yeah.
Oh,
And my cat looks at me sometimes and says, you know, I just put something in that litter box that's funnier than you right now. You got feedback even from the cat.
Even from the cat.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I just want to say here on UnderG, I am a kitten whisperer. How about if I test it?
Yeah.
Would you guys like to test it out? Yeah. Is there any kittens in here that I can whisper to? Kittens? Any volunteers then? Oh. Oh. That one is saying not so fresh. That one is saying Massengill. Ooh, someone's saying don't touch me, daddy. Hey, but we're not gonna go down that path. But he did talk about cats in the basement. Right, Andy?
Right. That's correct.
So how often do you like your cats in the basement?
All the time.
If you want to bring your cat to the basement, why don't you tell us how we can get in contact with you, Andy?
Well, I'm over in West Milwaukee. I have 2 litter boxes, so it's always fresh litter. So feel free. Yeah.
Is it clumping or?
It's the clumping, yeah.
It's the
That's
clumping.
one of the greatest technologies I've discovered is the
That's
clumping
it,
litter.
clumps.
Yeah.
Hercules.
Yeah.
Hey, so besides the basement in West Milwaukee, how else can they find you?
They can find me in their dreams. Sometimes you'll find me if you've had a bad Mexican meal or something like that. I might be lingering in the bathroom around nearby.
Nice.
Yeah.
Are you the guy that actually puts the cologne on people?
No. I'm the guy that hopes to God that nobody follows me in the bathroom when I'm
Wow, a lot of shame.
Yes, I grew up with a lot of shame. I'm Catholic, so a lot of shame. Yeah, a lot of shame.
Do you prefer the glory hole or not?
No,
Exclusive interview.
no, I don't.
No glory
I've
hole?
seen the videos, but
No
I don't want to risk it because you just don't know what's on the other side.
Come on.
I know it's all probably feels the same, but I'm not going to do it. No. I
Okay,
don't.
so you heard it first here live on the UnderG. Andy is not taking the glory hole. We had it set up in the back, and we were going to see if he was going to do it. So we'll still see. You might have some live footage from him sticking it in the glory hole. That's what I'm saying. So, besides the basement, their dreams, how else can they find you?
Right up here, rounding third. Thursday nights, open mic.
Rounding third?
Yeah.
So he's rounding third. He's always trying to go to home plate with you women. Just so y'all know. So, besides rounding third, besides in their dreams, is there any social media sites? Is there any other places that we can
No,
find you?
because I hate social media. So just stop by my house. I'm usually sitting out front on a lawn chair, and I'll put on a show for you.
Nice. And we really recommend that you wear sunscreen. Nobody wants to see a raw chicken, please.
Yeah, and I need sunscreen.
Nice.
I'm pretty bad.
All right. This is Andy. Hey, Andy, just do a quick shout out. Say, this is Andy, live on the UnderG with Reno C. Say it loud.
This is Andy live on the UnderG with the Reno C.
Oh yeah, let's go. Hey, so what if you smushed, let's say, Tupac, Mr. Rogers, and Bill Cosby? Oh, that's Jack Butts. And I was bartending last summer. Told a lot of bedtime stories. Told tons of bedtime. Is there any Trump supporters here? Oh. So, I can say I'm going to say I dislike him, and it's not because of his policies and his macho bravo. It's because he stole my toupee. This is the reason I hate Trump. He stole my toupee. And where's my phone? I have a message from him somewhere. Let me just pull it out. Poor Bushra. I haven't done no comedy just like most of y'all. I was living through COVID, enjoying the wonders of parenthood when the kids are asleep. For those who have kids, you understand. That's the best time of the day when they're asleep. That's when I catch up on all my new action hero games. I think they say Plenty of Fish. Nothing like a catfish date on a Friday night. But it wasn't actually a catfish. It was more like a platypus. I mean, it had all different parts. I mean, some of it kind of looked kind of like a fish or a beaver or a platypus. Well, there was no puss there, is what I'm saying. So there was no platypus there, and there was no beaver. I'm sorry. Just to let you know. So if you're on Plenty of Fish, be very, very careful. That's all I'm saying. Because you never know what you're going to catch. I got the shirt to prove it. I've been to the clinic 100 times. This month. That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. It's hard being a rock star and a parent. I mean, because it's two diabolical forces and opposites in one man. So we're mashing this stuff together. Sometime I wake up in the morning, don't remember I have to take my kids to school. Ever happened to you? You're responsible. I'm not. So wake up 7:50. Kids got to be at school at 8:30. Now let me just preface this. It's two little girls, so I got to do hair, I got to make cereal, I got to do all this stuff. Okay. Hey, I'll give you guys a couple choices. Should I medicate myself to get it going? Or should you drink some water, chug it up, and get up and get the kids going like the good shit lollipop? Oh, medication. Good answer. Let's go. Get the kids to school. 8:24. Booyah. Rockstar. Forgot the lunches. I'm Jack Butts, y'all. Back live on the UnderG. This is Reno C. This is epic. This is huge. This is his first performance since the COVID. It's one of my good friends and one of my alums from this school, James Green.
So, fucked around, started a business. Starting a business means that you find out you used to be an employee, work for some douchebag, right? Asshole, guy got his head up his ass. What do you hear as an employee? Shit rolls downhill. Well, guess what happens when you become the boss? You're on top of the hill. Guess what's on top of the hill? Plenty of shit. So much shit. Anyway, I'm swimming in shit these days. So much shit, in fact, that I ended up having to, if you have a business, you got to tell people that it exists. This is called marketing, right? Well, if you're going to market, you're going to need a budget. But if you have a budget, then you're going to have to spend money. But if you're spending money to keep your household running, guess what you don't have money for? Notice how much shit we're dealing with? Yeah. So you realize that you have to take on what they call a side hustle, gig, if you will. So I started driving Uber again. I hate these people. I do. I had a woman get in my car today, elderly woman, who had lost her key. Not the whole key, but half the key to her Mercedes. What? Yeah, so I had to take her to go get half her key I had to go take her to get her replacement key for half a key of a Benz. Don't ask me. But she wanted to tell me this story. Why? Do I drive like I care? I don't. Right? And she tells me that she goes through these lengths of separating her key from the actual fob, right? Because it's a one-piece thing. She goes through this because she's afraid somebody might carjack her. Let that sink in. You separate in a store your key because you're afraid someone might snatch you out of your car that you're driving and you don't want them to have the key. Fucking rocket science is what I'm doing. I gotta listen to this dribble and avoid all these young kids with their Kias and stolen Hyundais driving 90 miles per hour up the wrong goddamn way on the street. This is how I make an extra buck. So you want to be an entrepreneur, huh? Then I get to deal with, I work with my son, which is beautiful, right? Because we had a great relationship before we started. Like, we would speak like twice a week, you know, living in the house together. But hey, sup? And that's about as far as we could get. Now we work together. And I have judgment. Okay? First and foremost, there's 100% of the job that needs to be done. So, if he decides to do 30% of the job, who's doing the other 70? I'll answer that. Me, goddammit. So, every time this little son bitch, I love him, but he a little son bitch. This little son bitch find him a new little girlfriend. And guess what he does all day? Chase her tail wherever the fuck she at. Guess what she got to do in the morning? Nothing. So what time do you think he's going to bed? 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning? Well, it's going to be a little tough to get up at 8:30 then, Skippy. And on those days, I'm doing at least 80% of the fucking job. But I love him. I do. I love him. I love that little son. Works at Amazon. She works at Amazon and lives in my rental home. Now, let me help you to understand something. I bought this rental home because I wanted to make some money. She lives there at cost. So I break even. Which ain't the worst deal on the planet because at least I break even. But then I got to go pick her ass up from Amazon in the morning. She gets off at 5 a.m. This requires me to get up at 4 a.m. and leave the house by 4:30 so that I can pick her up at 5, drop her off at 5:30, and then get back to the house. You're heavy. I don't know if I want to keep carrying you. Is this comedy or am I just airing my thoughts? It don't make a difference. These are the things that I deal with. These are the things that I do. This is my life. This is the life that I live. Trying to figure out. She said, why you don't chase me around the bedroom no more? I said, because I might fuck around and catch you. I'm 40, y'all. And, you know, they joke about this shit. Reno, you're going to find out 40 is a motherfucker. Listen, I'm talking to you right now. 40 is a motherfucker. Okay? And I felt it at like 37. 38, I can feel it creeping. Like, fellas, I don't know if you've ever had this experience, but sometimes every now and then you decide you want to spice things up a little bit. You take your significant other and you decide that y'all gonna decide to watch a little porn together, right? get into the mood, right? Now you trying to get into whatever category you're into, hoping that maybe she doesn't at least think you're an absolute weirdo what you're liking. And she starts noticing shit like the woman's lashes or how she not really into it. You know what I'm talking about, go. Okay, somebody know what the fuck I'm talking about. I watch porn like that now, bro. I'm watching like, she ain't even really feeling this. Why she making all that noise? She barely even touch. This is in my head now. Dick half hard. Nothing. Fucking nothing. And you know why? I'm gonna tell you why. Not because it's not exciting. Not because I don't love porn anymore. But because I know I can't really get off by myself. Because here come Quisha. Hey! Time to perform. And I better goddamn show up and show out. You understand what I'm talking about? I'm saying all my boners count. I'm trying to get you to understand, like, they don't come as easily as they used to. I remember I used to wake up with some bitch gun. Now, so, that's all I get. So, motherfucker. Unless, of course, I have to pee. Oh, I ain't alone. All right, good. Fuck you, Carlos. Carlos, nothing about what I'm talking about. Your whole ass. It's all right. I laughed too when I was 26, 27. I thought it was funny as a motherfucker. Couldn't understand it. Has anybody seen this dude? I'm gonna finish on this. I know I ain't told a joke all goddamn night, and I ain't worried about it either. Anybody seen this dude, Kevin Samuels? You ever seen this guy? Look him up, cause what the fuck, right? Kevin Samuels is what happens when you have a man with money who has reached the age where he is no longer chasing pussy. And then he starts to talk to the world from that perspective. Holy fucking shit. Listen, this guy, okay, all right, this guy. And my wife is looking at me because I'm watching a lot of Kevin Samuels lately, and she like, well, what the fuck is wrong with you? And I'm like, I'm just figuring out the fuck is wrong with you. It's told me a lot. But I'm with you now, so there's nothing we can do about it. So we're gonna make the most of this. So come on, watch this porn. Love y'all. It's been a good night.
James Green, y'all. James Green is in the building, y'all.
Whoa, what up, though?
Man, James, let me ask you a quick question, man.
Yes, sir.
How does it feel back doing comedy, man?
Oh man, shit, I'm nervous as a bitch. You know what I'm saying? I'm scared as motherfucker. Y'all looking at me and shit.
Okay, so, did you wear drawers?
Yeah, I actually had 2 pair. I shit the first one.
Nice.
So if you smell something in the bathroom.
And listen, those are right by the glory hole and they're for sale. You can go right now on jimmyemerald.com and get those shitty drawers.
I actually sold them to a Japanese businessman already. So.
Oh yeah, he's an entrepreneur. Why wouldn't he?
Gotta get them off. You just
Gotta get them off.
can't hold on to that.
All right. So you haven't been doing comedy since COVID, man. What have you been doing?
Jacking off. I've been gardening.
Nice.
And
so what are you growing besides marijuana?
That's
Hey, cut that.
that pot. That's in Illinois where I grow that. That ain't here at all.
Yes.
And-
Special shout out to Plead the Fifth.
Yeah. And, I also started making doing nails. I'm an esthetician now. So
You do
ladies,
nails?
Yeah.
Would you do mine? See?
No, I'll never. Just the fact that your hand is in front of me like that, I don't like. It's not good. Don't do that. Oh, see. First off, your hand is incredibly
Cute, right?
It's a very
it's a cute hand. I
hard
say.
not to touch.
That's that light
Like you
skin
keep
stuff.
leaving it out
I
there.
know.
Keep wanting to
That's
grab it.
it. See what I'm saying?
I gotta hold out.
This is the UnderG. We're gonna keep it. We're gonna. He might go to the glory hole. He might go to the glory hole. But
I'm just-
1, 2, 1.
1, 2, 3, 4.
There will be no glory hole tonight. Or any night. It fucked me up with the glory hole because you watch that on porn, right? And it's always a bad bitch on the other side. But like,
It's
glory
what they
holes
say.
are literally happening in men's bathrooms.
We have a glory hole set up right
Like,
now,
how
and we're
many-
gonna see if one of the staff is gonna get the glory hole. We're gonna play spin the bottle live on the UnderG, and whoever the bottle points at gets the glory hole. This is the stuff we do at Comedy College.
or we tell jokes and just try to generally entertain the crowd, what crowd that we have when they come. So,
Is what we tell our wives.
or we actually do that because that's what's actually happening here.
Or we tell our wives.
Or they come and see that that's actually what it is because that's really what we're doing.
Or it's just a good alibi.
Or it's just a good alibi.
Shout out to Plead the Fifth! Shout out to Shaggy, because it wasn't me. That's James Green, and that's his dance. It wasn't me.
ASAP.
But Reno C could. Got the glory hole in the back. We're going to see who's going to get it. We're going to spin the bottle for it. Everybody's on to see who gets the glory hole. Look at him. Look at it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So, James Green.
Yes, sir.
How can we follow you?
It's hard to follow me because I'm like a shy motherfucker and shit. Like I get on stage and talk shit, but like I don't really like people looking at me.
So you don't have
and
no
shit.
social media?
I got it, but I don't like telling nobody.
Right, so
You can find me, look, I hide in plain sight. If you can find me on Facebook, James Green, I'm the good looking guy with the even better looking woman in the picture with me.
Nice.
And, you know,
nice.
feel free, you know what I'm saying? Also, if you need to get your air ducts clean, guess who cleans them shits? Me.
Okay, so
motherfuckers.
tell us how we can get in contact with that business.
Oh, that's Totally Clean. You can catch us on the website, totallycleanservices.com. You can also catch us on Facebook, Totally Clean, or you can actually catch us at 262-542-4000. Make sure you put that at the bottom of the
We are
screen.
gonna put it in there.
262-542-4000.
All right,
Hit me up.
speaking of cleaning ducks, we're going to see who's going to get the glory hole. Who's got their ducks all in a row? Send a quick shout out. Tell them where you're at. Live on UnderG with Reno C.
Hey, look, this is James Green. I'm live on the UnderG with Reno C.
There we go. Who's ducks in a row? We're going to find out. Hey.
What the fuck is happening?
Hey, listen. Hey, I got this necklace on for my next guest. So we're gonna get Carlos out here, and we're gonna talk about this necklace, and we're gonna see if he's gonna go to the glory hole.
First time up here since COVID started. It's been a while.
Nice.
I don't really remember how to hold the microphone, as you can see. Holding a beer instead. Quarantine, COVID. When the whole quarantine started, I didn't know what to do. They told me you gotta lock yourself away in the apartment. It's like, I don't know what to do. I felt unprepared. So I decided to start watching all the 2012 movie about the end of the world. Oh, they have, all those zombie movies. I started watching all of them. I felt like I need to get prepared. Like, this is the end of the world. I need to be prepared. And let me tell you something. It is more realistic that you can outrun a fucking volcano than stay inside. Because that's just, no one did it, right? Whew. So during the whole thing, I was going crazy. I was like, I need to get out. So I decided to start running again. I was like, you know what? Let me get out of the house, go for a run. And I realized something. Shoplifting, not an option anymore. Yeah, about a block and a half after I started running, I was in the ground, huffing and puffing. I'm like, whew, if I try shoplifting anything right now, they'll catch me about a block away. Didn't go well. So I started running. I started traveling for work, and it's a fun way to explore and like see new cities, and then you find new places. I found a park the other day in Cincinnati. It was called Friendship Park. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. Like, I'll run through it. I started running through it. I started noticing like little things, like there weren't any benches, but there were chairs, kind of like with enough space in between them. Like, all right. The pathway, it was wide, like wide enough for you, her, and her friend. And it started making sense. It was like, Friendship Park. I get it. I get what this park is about. This is the kind of park I'll get invited to. And as I was leaving, I saw this guy kind of dressed well, and I'm like, oh, that's kind of weird. Okay. Guy looking dressed, and I saw a car pulled up, and you could see him. He was getting excited. He was like, I was like, oh, I think he's on a date. Car pulled up, a nice looking girl gets out of the driver's seat. I'm like, oh, all right, good for him. And you see him getting all excited, and then you see his face fucking turn. Right away, he got like, and I'm like, what the hell? And I looked over, other door open. Now start looking, Frank came out too. It's like, whew, poor bastard. Didn't realize where he was what. Didn't realize he was a friendship park. He wasn't a relationship park. As was getting put on his place. What else? The whole COVID, right? There's people that don't think COVID's real. Gotta work with oh, COVID ain't real. It's just a flu. I'm like, man, motherfucker. 600,000 people have died. It ain't just a flu. It's just flu. I know somebody. They had it. They had no symptoms. They were fine. Like, it's just a flu. That shit ain't real. I'm like, listen here, fucker. I know people who got shot. Listen to me, I don't fucking believe gunshots can kill you. Right? I fucking stay away from guns. Stay away from COVID, too. What else I got? I don't know. That's about it, boys. It's been a while, so keeping it short. My name is Carlos. Thanks for having me.
This is Reno C, live on the UnderG. And we got Carlos! How you doing, Carlos?
Doing well. How about you?
Big man. Carlos,
Appreciate it.
I borrowed your bling bling. Why don't you put your bracelet back on, and why don't you tell people about this bracelet that you are wearing, and why you decided to wear your grandmother's friendship bracelet? Yeah. And why it means
It's
so
for my
much to
grandma,
you.
man. She died a couple years ago, and you gotta do what you gotta do to represent.
Nice.
So
nice.
I wear every time I go on stage.
Nice.
Yeah.
It brings a tear to my eye. You're the paisan that every grandma could love.
Yeah, some.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice. Has anybody ever told you you kind of look like Mario?
That's kind of racist, but okay.
I was gonna say Andretti. That's what I was gonna say, Andretti, dude. You look sexy like a race car driver.
It's okay.
After he retired 20 years.
Oh, wow. I'm still a long way from retiring, but okay.
Okay.
But appreciate it.
And I love it. How long have you been doing comedy, man?
Comedy,
You're awesome.
a couple of years.
Couple years?
Yeah.
Nice,
yeah.
nice.
Besides COVID, a couple of years.
Nice. How did you start?
Started here at the comedy college, kind of
Nice.
here around the third. Just came out. Friend brought me through, and been doing it ever since. It's been fun.
Nice.
Good group of guys. Kind
Nice.
of tell jokes, tell stupid stories, and try to
Nice.
make people laugh.
Nice. When was the last time you were touched in the bathroom?
Touched in the bathroom?
Nice.
Like 15, 20 minutes ago?
Nice. See, so you never know what's gonna happen here at Reno
I
third.
mean, I didn't say
Glory
it was here.
holes touching in the bathroom. It's a wild
I
crowd.
didn't say it was here, but it happened.
Wow. Okay, are you okay?
I mean, I was the one touching, but it's okay.
Nah.
I mean, what?
What?
That shit got weird.
It did. But I love it. We love when it's still here on live on the UnderG.
Happens to know.
How can these women follow you or find you? Because I know they're stalking you.
I mean, round and third, 8 o'clock on Thursday nights.
Any Facebook, any social media
Nah,
that you
man.
want to
I'm
plug?
antisocial.
You're not that.
Stay away.
You know what's so funny? It seems like all the comedians are antisocial. This is
Until you become famous, then you can do social media to promote yourself. But when you're just starting up, you don't want people knowing you.
nice.
Jokes aren't that funny.
All right. So, we appreciate everybody that doesn't want to know us. Thank you for providing the glory hole. This is Reno C live on the UnderG. Come, let's
Reno
tell them
C,
where you're at.
live on UnderG.
Oh.
Reno C.
He said it so sexy. Boom. Hey, this is Reno C live from the UnderG. We just had the fresh out of COVID comedy show. They killed it. It's amazing. Listen, some people had cobwebs, but not these comedians. Jack Butts was in the building. We had Matt Berger in the building. We had Carlos in the building. We had Drew, Andy, and James Green. They killed it. The fresh out of COVID comedy show. This is Reno C live on the UnderG.